Cosmic here, and welcome back to the channel. We are here to talk about the Zero system, which we just unlocked in Chaos Zero Nightmare. Hit account level 40, just played this on stream, and look, first and foremost, I gotta tell y'all, this is no joke. This stuff is hard, but in today's video we're going to talk about my first impressions of it, what to expect once you hit level 40, and well, kind of the do's and don'ts when we compare it to the regular Chaos system. So if that all sounds great, make sure to like and subscribe, as it does help out the channel a lot. But without delay, let's dive into today's video. So yes, as I mentioned, we are talking all about the Zero system, which is notably going to have the codex system. This is the thing they're going to be spending 99% of the time you care about, and what it is as you go into this, you'll be able to have one of 3 slots available, which you can re-roll. That's very important. But to make one, it is going to cost 45,000 credits, and you'll start one off at difficulty 5. Now, the whole point of doing this is to get these chaos orbs, which we'll show you in just a minute on how you're going to use them. We took 3 runs. We tried 3 different times and finally got a run clear on our 3rd one, so we have to keep it. So the most important thing I want to say up front is that you do have to clear the full run to get the chaos orbs. This is not like the chaos mode that you're used to today, where you just go to the highest difficulty to try to get the best save data possible, and if you fail, it largely doesn't matter, right? In this one, failing means everything. Yes, you still get your save data, but the whole reason why you're doing this is to get these chaos orbs to go through the progression system, unlock more stuff, and power up your units. But of course, that's all gonna start with this merge. Now, it does look like that you can use that material to upgrade the difficulty of them, but by default, you're going to start on difficulty 5. Now, it's really important, if you click on this node right here, this little percentage sign, there's actually a full breakdown on the website that tells you what are the probability of heading, basically everything you want to know about this from a probability perspective, and I'll just put it up on the screen so you know what you're getting into. All that information is on the website. I don't want to go too much into the actual details of that much, because what you care about early on is just doing this as much as possible, and then maybe later, once you're spending resources and diving into it in a much greater detail, you might say something like, I'm trying to target difficulty 7 and now I need to get this right percentage, and you might be re-rolling it a bunch of times because you have infinite credits, right? But at least for the sake of today's video and just very quickly going over it, what you're going to do is come in here, hit the merge button, and it is going to give you one of 3 options. Now, one of the important things that I want to stress here when compared to what we've seen previously is that you have to be mindful of what the enemy levels are, because you'll very immediately notice we have 3 choices to select, and this little scrolling text will tell you, hey, you can get more chaos orbs if you go into this first zone, but spoiler, you're going to want to be a higher level, and you're going to have significantly harder modifiers to deal with. Look, I tried to do this on 50 with a Felipe, Veronica, and Mika team, and they're pretty good and pretty geared up. I failed miserably. I then went on to, I think it was like a level 44 recommended, and I tried, it was like a 50% chaos orb increase. I thought, you know what, I'll try to do an elite mob in this mode, because they're normally no problem, and they'll get geared up. I got demolished, and I'll talk about that more once I show the map really quick, because I am going to do one more of these runs. But generally speaking, what I would very strongly recommend starting with is whatever option that you get, whatever is the lowest difficulty, which is going to be this one on the right. It has level 40. The chaos orb acquisition is lower, and the only negative thing is your health decreases by 30%. I tried to do the gangrene modifier. No, I was down to like 800 max HP at one point, and that's not where you want to be. It is not a good time, let me tell you. So just for the sake of it, because I know I'm going to do this offline when I get done recording this video and whatnot, I'm going to just pick Plague 2. That is the one that I'm going to be interested in. And then we will be able to enter this, and we will have a high save data value. Now, you might be thinking to yourself, that's not that great. What about very high? Is this going to be the only way that I can get this save data to be high enough? So the answer is no. If you go back to chaos mode, for maybe someone who doesn't want to go all in and push the distance of how difficult it's going to be, if we go to difficulty 6 of normal chaos And if we go into here in high, you'll still be able to get that modifier. Now, we haven't been able to confirm just yet, but I am still assuming that there is going to be a very high difficulty, but I have not seen it yet when looking at the zero system. So this will be something we'll have to come back to, right? This one also says, oops, if I go back to it, this one's 45, it says high. This one's also 45 if I go into it, right? The save data value between Nightmare and regular does not matter here. Now, of course, Nightmare, you'll be able to get like the mythic item, so there is still a value to getting this, but if maybe you're just trying to clear it, there are going to be some instances where it is going to have the same save data value. Now, I want to be clear. I have a sneaking suspicion that when they say high, they mean, just for example, a range that is, say, 30k save, or I guess this would be higher because it's difficulty 5, right? A 45k save to up to 60k. But the only way that you can get the 60k save is if you are in Nightmare mode. We'll have to come back later to figure that out. I will do my best to, answer that question down the road. This is meant to just be a introduction video, right? But beyond that, what do we care about? Two things. One, you are going to be able to get rewards for doing this, and it does have a time limit to it. So yes, this does have 80 days left. Do not rush. Do not spend your crystals on stamina refreshing. None of that. I just want to make sure that you are aware that this does have a time remaining on it, and there are some rewards in here that are quite nice, like the artifact selector, right? That will be, or memory fragment selector. That will be very important. And it looks like we'll need about 1,600 or 1,650 of these orbs by the end of those 90 days. So while this doesn't have a daily timer or weekly timer or anything like that built into it, yes, this is what you're going to want to be sinking your time into. There's also going to be achievements that get you a bunch of crystals. And then lastly, or I guess I should say there, and it's 50 all the way down for all the different like chaos modes you can do, as well as the difficulties. And then the last thing just to cover really quickly is, yes, there is going to be an upgrade system. This is ultimately what you care about when you're getting into these nodes. I want to max out this last option first as my recommendation, because it's going to increase the likelihood that you see the enemies that make your runs a little bit more difficult. So for the sake of the video, yes, I am going to click upgrade. You'll see now here is at max level, where these other ones have 1 to 3, and you can get extra stats that way for your entire team. And also keep in mind, after you upgrade all of these, you can keep going down here and you will have multiple nodes that you are unlocking. So you will get stronger as this mode goes on, but you do have to do the time investment up front. So the last thing really quickly is just going into, I said I'm going to do this. Yeah, I'm going to do this one. I'm going to start my run just so I can talk through the map. It is a void benefit, but this stuff has been beating my butt, so I'm going to with my trusted team now. And once we get into this, you're going to be able to see how the map has changed for this mode in particular. So we are going to click through this really quick because we already know. We'll do card replacement. Maybe not the okay, recycling is very good. We're happy about that. So once you get in here and you open up the map, you're going to notice these nodes like this that have the rare species, as it's called. A more powerful monster has appeared. Defeat it to earn chaos orbs. This basically turns some of these into an elite that is in a normal chaos mode and even more difficult depending on what modifier they get. Now, I'm not sure if we're going to find one in here for an elite, but the elites can also have this. And again, if you are fresh account level 40 when you try this, please heed my warning. Do not, under any circumstance, go fight an elite that has this buff on it, because it will one-shot you. If you want to go back to the stream and check it out, we had an elite mob that was stacking morale and hit us for almost 1,000 HP raw. That is your entire HP bar in some of these runs. So again, the elites you do not want to do. You want to wait until you upgrade your stuff a little bit. Please do not make the mistake that I did, because it is going to be a very bad time. And so with that, that is a very quick introduction to the Chaos Zero system that you can look forward to. That is going to be the major time investment. And the last thing that I want to note here at the end is that you do still get the rewards for normal exploration in that planet. This is just an additional bonus that you get. So there is no downside at all, other than you have to complete the run for doing the Zero system versus the Chaos mode. So hope you guys enjoy this. Again, if you want to see us attempting a few of these, you can go back and watch the VOD on the YouTube channel. We did 3 different Chaos mode runs, or excuse me, Zero system runs. Only one of them was successful, but we had a lot of fun with it. And all of my runs in the future now will be focused with the Zero system. So make sure to like and subscribe for more Chaos Zero Nightmare content. But until next time, my friends, stay safe, stay hydrated, and we'll see you in the next video. Cheers.